Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Christian and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be about just kind of a crazy event that happened, but before I get to that, let me say, can we hit like 100 likes? Please do hit that like button. You know it means so much. And even more than that, hit the comment section. I love and read every single comment. I promise you I do. Like, there's probably not a comment that goes by that I don't read. So let me start off this story by saying that me and my grandparents went on vacation somewhere every year. So essentially, every summer I went to their house to kind of just go and get away. Like, it was my vacation, right? And I did that every single year. And I've mentioned that before in videos. But on top of that, we would always go somewhere. So I would go to their house for like 3 weeks, and then for one of those weeks we'd go somewhere else. So like one year that was Chicago, one year that was Ohio, to go to like Cedar Point or something. And on this particular year we decided to go to Cape Cod, Massachusetts, which you can actually look it up. It's a really cool little town. It's by the beach. We went to the beach a lot there. It was really a lot of fun. Kind of a small town. I don't remember if it was small. I think it was small. But yeah, so there's two reasons we were going there. One, my cousin was there and he was performing a cappella in this sort of group. And then the other reason was it was just kind of a fun vacation, right? Just going on the beach, having, just having fun. That's really what vacations are about. So anyway, we went to this hotel and it was honestly a nice hotel. Like, we enjoyed staying there. I just remember getting lots of cookies and food and stuff. And yeah, it was just great. And the first day we went out to the beach. And then the second day we went out with my cousin to his a cappella performance. So there was like 6 other guys, and weirdly enough, they were like super popular around this town. Like, apparently everyone knew about this a cappella group in this town, and I just thought that was really cool. And then we got there, and this particular performance was held in a church, which they performed like 3 times a week. And it was kind of weird because they were like really, like, I don't know, popular with the older ladies. Like, there was so many old ladies there. I don't know, it was weird. But he announced me and my grandparents out in the crowd and like said thanks for coming and everything, and just acknowledged us, which was pretty cool. But the next day I met up with my cousin, and he actually picked me up from the hotel we were staying at. And my grandparents had sort of arranged for me to go and play disc golf with him and all of his friends and a few of the guys from the a cappella group, right? And so I had to borrow one of his friend's discs. If you don't know what disc golf is, by the way, it's just literally, there's these chains hooked up to a pole, and you throw these really dense, almost frisbees, and you try to nail them in the thing. Look it up if that doesn't give you a good enough visualization, because that's kind of important, and it's a big part of the story. So definitely make sure you understand what's going on. So anyway, like I said, I was really bad. So we got there. It was kind of like a 2-hour drive, and we got there and everything was good. It was kind of a shitty day, but I don't know. We still were having fun, and about 3 holes in, I was just like, oh my gosh, guys, I am terrible. I even like threw it and I yanked it and it went into a tree. Now, don't get me wrong, disc golf's harder than you'd think because you have to do this particular stance. Like, you can't just go throw it like a frisbee because that just doesn't work. And so for me, I was having a lot of trouble, and I ended up getting one of them stuck in the tree, like I said, and I told them to go ahead, but I definitely had to go get it because apparently these discs were pretty expensive. And so they all went ahead, and no one told me what was about to happen next. So I went up there and I got the disc, and I all saw that they were ahead, going to where they threw their discs. And so I get mine, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to make a really good throw here, which, I had a few good throws, don't get me wrong. But I stepped up, I did my stance, and I chucked it, right? And this was sort of like a line drive. And the hole was sort of like downhill, not significantly, but you had to walk down. And so the disc was kind of going and going. And then I noticed my cousin's friend is in front of me, and I'm like, oh shit. And it nails him in the back of the head. Spot on. And these are really hard metal discs, not dicks, but discs. And if you don't understand, look them up. They're ridiculous. And he doesn't like collapse, but he like falls to the ground, and he's like holding his head. And I run over there, and he's like, what did you do, Christian? And I'm like, I threw it. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. And remember, I'm only like 12 or 13 at the time. I think I was 12. And I don't know, I nailed this guy, and I go up to him. The back of his head is just gashed open, and there's a giant bump, and he's like, dude, I am so dizzy. And luckily, one of the guys was actually just done with nursing school. He checked his eyes, and he's like, all right, we got to get him to the hospital. Like, he has a serious concussion. And I'm just sitting here feeling like the dumbest shit ever, right? Because like I just hit this dude in the back of the head. It's all my fault, and it's all because I was a dumbass. And just imagine like how I felt. Like I felt so bad. But I ended up picking up the Frisbees and even the ones that they left, and I took him to the car, and we rushed him to the hospital. And then when we got there, they kind of took him in, and you know, he of course ended up being fine. He had to get stitches in the back of his head, and like I couldn't stay very long because I had to go pack up. We were leaving the next day. You know, it was a really like maybe a 5-day trip or something. We went to the beach about twice, and I was ready to leave. Like I felt so bad, but I couldn't stay or anything. And yeah, just, I don't know, kind of a crazy story. Tell me if anything like this has happened to you guys, like, you know, any sports injuries. Have you caused any sports injuries? And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow.